Hey golfers, I want you to imagine you just took the best lesson of your life and you're trying to figure out what do you do next. In today's video, I'm going to show you a 5-step easy process of how to take what you learned in your lesson, apply it to your practice sessions, and then have a competitive edge over your playing partners. Hey, thank you for watching. My name is Justin Riker. I'm the PGA head golf professional here at Magnolia Greens in Leland, North Carolina. In today's video, I'm going to give you that 5-step easy process of how to take what you learned in your lesson and continue on getting better until you have your next lesson. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Hey golfers, thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. If you would do me a huge favor, and please make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and then share this with a friend. This is the only way I'm going to be able to continue to grow this channel. And looking at analytics, 95% of the viewers that I have on each video come from non-subscribers. So please make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to continue to produce videos just like these for golfers just like you. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty folks, for step number 1, we're going to start at the very beginning of what to do after your lesson. What is the main focus of your lesson? If your coach has not given you a step or two to practice between now and the next lesson, make sure you ask them, hey coach, what's the number 1 thing or 2 things that I can focus on from now until we meet again? And then take your phone out, put it in your phone, because look, I know 99% of the people in the world watching golf videos just like this have a note section in their phone that they can write down or type out, hey, I need to fix blah 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 on my phone. And then when you go to the range, use that as your notes, okay? So that can be a lesson note taking. That can also be a post range session note taking. All right, so when I give my students homework, as I like to call it, I give them 1 to 2 things, at the very most 2 things to work on. And that's what they should be working on. Now, I am personally working with a coach, and when I send him videos, because I do this strictly online through the Skillist app, he sends back, yes, a video of what I need to fix, but then he gives me 1 to 2 things as well. So I want to go over what I'm working on, all right? So the first thing that I am working on is going to be my grip, all right? So I know that's working with my coach, all right, that I have a tendency to be a little bit on the weak side of the grip, meaning my thumb has a tendency to run straight down the shaft of the grip here. And for me, I need to work on a little bit stronger. So for me being left-handed, my top hand, all right, I need to turn more back this way, getting it into a stronger position, all right? And then when I take my grip, that feels really awkward. And that's okay, because I know that is going to help me go further, all right? Now, what would be the second thing? The second thing for me from my coach was we need to work on backswing positioning, meaning when we swing, I get right here very good, but when I get to the top of my backswing, I had a tendency to get what we call cupped, all right? So my wrist actually has a little bit of a cup into it. We are trying to flatten this out, all right? So those are my 2 main focuses when I go to the range between now and the next time that I send him a video. Now, maybe you're not taking online lessons, maybe you're taking in-person lessons, and that's okay. That's great, being able to see somebody every week or every 2 weeks. Ask your coach what you need to do between the end of this lesson and the next time that you see them, so you can start showing not only your self-progress, but your coach. Now, stick around for part number 2. Alrighty golfers, for step number 2, you're going to need a couple of things. Hopefully, you may have a spouse or a friend that can film your swing for you. Or, I have this awesome little G-Pod stick that's got a magnet on it. And then I have my phone as well, okay, that it connects to. Why do we need this? For step number 2, we're going to work on making sure we're doing this swing correctly. So it's grooving the swing. So step number 2 is grooving the swing. How do we figure out how to do that? Well, we don't hit any golf balls, all right? That's going to be the first part. We are going to stick this into the ground, okay? And then we are going to work on filming ourselves. Hopefully you can put this on a selfie mode maybe if you need to. All right? And as you swing, you're going to be looking back at the phone, or if you want to not have it on selfie mode, you can turn it around, all right? Work on whatever your coach has told you to work on, right? Go all the way up, go down, go slow. We are working on just grooving what positions or whatever our coach has told us to work on. Then we go back and we look at it. So step number 2 is a very quick, simple, easy step. You're going to need a couple things, either a friend, your spouse, another person on the range if you feel comfortable asking somebody to film your swing, or a magnetic type clip to your phone so you can start filming those just swings with no golf ball. All right. Now step number 3, we are going to start adding golf balls to the practice. Alrighty golfers, for step number 3, we're going to add golf balls to it. Now, we are going to do swings at 50%, all right, half speed, and we're going to break these golf balls up into 3 different piles of 5 golf balls each. And the reason why we do that is hopefully your coach is giving you, like I said in the beginning, 1 or 2 things, nothing more. If they've given you 10 different things to work on, that's not a very good lesson in my opinion, all right? And that's just my opinion. A good lesson, you should have 1 to 2 things that you're working on. So, with 50% swing, all right, we're going to take the first step, whatever it is. For me, is going to be grip. Remember, I have a tendency to be a little bit weaker on my grip. I need to work on being a little bit stronger. So I'm going to hit 5 golf balls at half speed with just changing my grip. Okay? Then, let's say I've hit those five golf balls. Now we're going to go on to the second set of golf balls. The second one would be whatever the second part of the lesson or the second key that your coach wants you to work on. For me, like we talked about before, when I get to the top of my backswing, I need to try to make sure that this wrist is as flat as possible. Now, there are some swing training aids out there that I could use, but for the sake of this video, I don't have them, and that's okay because I'm working more on feel, right? And then hopefully that visual feedback from step number 2 is going to help us, all right? So I'm going to hit 5 golf balls, and all I'm concerned about in these 5 golf balls is just getting the feel at the top of my backswing of this lead wrist being a little bit flatter, okay? So set up the golf ball, take my swing, try to get it as flat as I can at the top, feel it, feels pretty good. Now I'm going to do a 50% swing. Okay, not bad. Now we're going to imagine that we just hit 5 golf balls with that. The last pile, still 50%. Okay. Now we're going to add what we did in the first pile and the second pile together. So grip being a little bit stronger. All right, right there. Looks good to me. Flatter wrist at the top. Still need to keep working on this. All right, and still a 50% swing. Not great, but I still have 4 more golf balls to put this together. Now, in step number 4, we're going to figure out how to transfer this to a faster speed. Alrighty golfers, for step number 4, we're going to talk about how to transfer what we just worked on in step number 3 to a full swing. All right, maybe not 100% swing, but maybe like an 80% swing, because remember, we're still working on this. All right, so the one thing that I tell my students to grab is obviously a few golf balls, maybe three golf balls, give or take, and a couple tees, and then usually take like a 9-iron or a pitching wedge. Now if you're working on some driver stuff, that's a different story. Obviously hit your driver, but if we're working on maybe some grip issues or some backswing stuff, take a shorter club, so 9-iron or a pitching wedge. All right, so now that we're transferring it to a fuller swing, I want you to also go through your pre-shot routine. So whether that is standing behind the golf ball, taking a couple practice swings, that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to walk you through what I do when I'm out here practicing. So now the 9-iron is teed up a little bit, kind of like what we would do on a par 3. All right, I'm looking down range here. I've got my target picked out, and then I'm going to walk in just like I would on a normal shot. take my new grip that I'm working on. All right. I'm going to look at my target. I'm going to feel what I'm supposed to feel in the backswing. Hopefully it's there. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a swing. Okay. I hit it pretty good. Now I'm going to repeat the process 2 more times. And hopefully I can do that 2 more times. If I can't, guess what? We're going to start over again and we're going to continue to do this until we can get at least 3 times in a row. So to transfer your skill, all right, from step number 3 to number 4 to speed up the process is going a little bit faster, but let's make sure we add in our pre-shot routine just like we would on the golf course. Stick around for part number 5. Alrighty golfers, for step number 5 of what to do after your lesson is going to take place after you've done your practice session. All right, so what you're going to need is either your phone and notes again, or maybe if you got like a little golf journal that you want to write in. What you want to do is you want to debrief or write down what was good, what was bad, what were we struggling on with this practice session right after this first lesson. That way when you come practice maybe tomorrow or the next day, you have an idea of like, hey, I was struggling with this, or hey, I did this really good, and you can continue to build on that momentum or continue to work on what your coach has told you to work on, or try to correct what the mistakes were maybe in that last practice session, and then use all that information of all your practice sessions and give it to your coach either in an email form or a text form, however they prefer, before the next lesson. So when they come in, they already have an idea of what is going on. So I highly suggest writing down what you did well and wrong in your practice sessions and then give it to your coach. Alrighty golfers, there you have it. 5 steps to help you take what you learned in your lesson, apply it to your practice, and then how to take it to the next level, to your next lesson. If you'd like to come see me here at Magnolia Greens, I'll leave that down in the description below. And if you can't come see me at Magnolia Greens, that's okay as well. I'll leave down in the description below a link to my Skillist app where we can work together online and how we can get you to perform better after your lessons. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.